So let's begin. This morning we can begin to dive inward, either closing the eyes or casting the eyes downward slightly. And just dedicating this time to the luxury of silence. Some of us have lots of children in our homes, pretty much 24/7 right now. So this silence will be a luxury. And some of us have been steeped in silence if our children are out of the nest, especially if we're single mothers right now. So just noticing your relationship with the silence as you begin to journey inward. And as you journey into that period of silence, see if you can practice bringing with you a spirit of care and kindness, a warm friendliness for all that unfolds within you. Just noticing your relationship with yourself, what's unfolding within you as you rest into this silence. Allowing yourself to surrender into the silence more fully, just bathing yourself in gentle, caring presence. Just notice what's surfacing for your attention, bubbling up to the surface for your awareness and inclusion in the compassionate sphere that you're holding right now. Yes, and then gently, gently begin to transition the awareness to the breath. Beginning to deepen the breath, feeling free to bring right hand to belly, left hand to chest or heart, or vice versa. And exhale, fully press the belly in, exiting the air out through the nostrils. Inhale, slowly expanding the belly, the rib cage, the collarbones rise. And exhale, collarbones lower, chest lowers, belly deflates. Inhaling and feeling free to engage Mula Bandha root lock, drawing the muscles of the pelvic floor up. And as you exhale, releasing those muscles down. And continuing at your own slow breathing pace, present with the breath, as well as the luxury of silence right now. Good, and after the next long, slow exhalation, you can return the breath back to normal. And release the hands. And we'll move into some bilateral stimulation. It's very calming and balancing and grounding for the nervous system through alternate nostril breathing in this case. So you can make a gentle fist with the right hand, release the thumb on one side, and then the pinky and ring finger on the other side of the hand. Rotate the palm towards the face, take a nice deep breath in through both nostrils, then close the right nostril with the thumb and exhale through the left. Inhale slowly through the left nostril. And close the left nostril with the finger and exhale slowly through the right nostril. And continue. It's an exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, inhale, switch. Nice and slowly. Even seeing if you might allow the exhalation to be twice as long as the in-breath. Steeping yourself in silence. Good. After the next long, slow exhalation, you can return the breath back to normal, eventually releasing the hands. And feeling free to bring the hands together in front of the heart or palms on the heart. And as we journey through our yoga practice together today, I'll be offering more silence than usual. That will be my intention, at least. I'll try to talk less and offer silence more. So you can have that profound experience of resting in interior silence more fully, with more conscious permission to make contact with any part of you that's been seeking your attention. So feel free to gently, humbly bow the head to the openness of the heart, acknowledging the heart center and inviting that compassionate presence that is there deep, deep within you to awaken, to fill the space, to touch all parts of you that emerge in the silence. And just taking a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of compassionate light that rests deep, deep within you. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of compassionate light that rests within each of your children. See that light within them and bow to it. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of light and life that rests within all beings everywhere, without exception. No matter how clouded in darkness or ignorance or despair, that light is there within. And you can bring the hands together in front of the heart if they're not there already. And then just gently roll the right ear towards the right shoulder, feeling the stretch on the left side of the neck. And just remember, I'm not mirror imaging you, so your head will be in the opposite direction as mine. And just take a few breaths into the left side of the neck. Maybe roll the head back a little bit with the right ear towards the right shoulder. Or forward and down a little bit with the right ear towards the right shoulder. And take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, roll the chin down towards the chest. And roll the left ear towards the left shoulder. Maybe experiment by rolling the head back a little bit, lifting the chin up, keeping the head towards the left. Maybe rolling the head down and forward. Take a nice deep breath into the right side of the neck. And exhale, chin down towards the chest. And layering in the breath, inhale right ear towards right shoulder, moving nice and slowly so you can sense the sensations. And exhale, chin towards the chest. Inhaling left ear towards left shoulder, slowly rolling the head back a little bit for a nice deep stretch. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Just enjoying the silence as you move, as you breathe slowly. Good. After the next full round, taking your dear time, you can bring the head back to center. And we can bring the hands onto the earth out in front, bringing the knees onto the floor. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And then we're going to lower the elbows beneath the shoulders. And the hands out in front, forearms straight, fingertips pointing straight. And you can splay the fingers wide apart. Round the back, tuck the chin, tucking the tailbone under. The hips can even come forward a little bit of the knees, just slightly, or
directly above the knees, maybe a little bit forward of the knees.
And then you can lift the head, neck, and chest, swing the buttocks up. Inhale here. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin.
Hips come forward slightly.
Inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest. And continue in silence, moving slowly.
Letting the breath ride on the wave of the slow movements. Good, and after the next
Long, slow exhalation, you can pause. And then extend the right arm forward. And extend the left arm forward,
keeping the hips above the knees, and then begin to lower the forehead down towards the floor. It's okay if it doesn't touch. If it does touch, you can let the chest melt towards the floor as well for puppy pose. Modified downward dog. Mostly focusing on the upper back and shoulder region. Just take a few breaths here, sensing the sensations in the neck and shoulder region. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow for a long, slow exhalation, relaxing deeply through the belly. Deep rest in the abdomen.
Good, then you can lift the head, neck, and chest and walk the hands back. Lower the buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth.
Extended child's pose.
And walk the hands towards the left, bending the left elbow, lengthening through the right arm. So the right arm is straight or almost straight.
The head is towards the left of the left knee. Left elbow can be resting on the floor. And just breathing into the right side of the low back, the right side of the rib cage, the right arm and shoulder. Good. Take a nice deep breath in to the right side. And allow for a long, slow exhalation.
And you can walk the arms slowly forward. And then to the right, lengthening through the left arm, bending the right elbow. Pardon me.
And the forehead can melt down towards the floor. And just breathe into the left side of the low back, the left rib cage, the left shoulder region and arm. Take a nice deep breath in. A long, slow exhalation.
And gently walk the arms forward, slowly recentering.
Maybe feeling a little more spaciousness in the arms and shoulders here. Lengthen through the arms.
Shift the weight into the hands, coming up onto all fours, and then melt the hips forward, moving towards upward dog. Bend the elbows slightly so they're not hyperextending, and then explore lifting the knees up. If that's too much for your wrists or low back, just lower the knees back down. Take a nice deep breath in. Yes, and then exhale, press back into child's pose or curl the toes under and lift the hips up high for downward facing dog. And just take a few moments to find yourself here, either in child's pose or downward dog. Just basking in the silence for a few breaths. Good, and with the breath, inhale, come forward and up towards upward dog. And exhale, press back into child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward and up towards upward dog, and continue at your own slow breathing pace. Luxuriating in the silence. And after the next full round, you can pause. Resting either into child's pose or downward facing dog. And just meeting up with yourself in the silence. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow exhalation. And you can bring the arms alongside the legs, slowly lifting the torso up and gently rising all the way up to standing. Taking those courageous steps forward towards the front of the mat as we step into the circle of light together, feeling yourself an integral part of this circle of light, a vital part of this sisterhood, this community we've nurtured over the years together. And then just standing tall in silence for a few breaths, feeling that connection internally and with each other. Presence with ourselves and with our community of mothers. Good, and then you can unite the palms together in front of the heart. And extend the arms forward, up, and back. Feeling free to lean into the toes a little bit. Hips come forward, lifting up and out of the low back. And just take a few breaths in silence, sensing what's here to sense. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, slowly hinge forward from the hips, bowing down, tuning in. Notice what's there for you now. And just practice being with that, whatever it is, in the silence. Bend the knees, fingertips in line with the toes. Step the left foot far back. Left knee raised or lowered, your choice. Lifting head, neck, and chest. Taking a few deep breaths. free to close the eyes at any point during the practice today for a deeper practice of pratyahara, sense withdrawal. I'll be talking less so you can go inward more. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, step the right foot back, downward dog, or the plank pose, or all fours, your choice. Feel free to close the eyes and dive inward. From here, we can bend the knees, lowering the knees down, maybe swinging the tailbone up. Knees, chest, and chin, or you can just slither forward if you prefer, something more gentle, coming forward and up into cobra, squeezing the shoulder blades, tucking the chin a little bit, and taking a few deep breaths. On the in-breath, see if you can press the hands down and back isometrically. And on the out-breath, explore pressing the hands down and forward isometrically. So it's very subtle movement, more pressure than movement. Good, and after the next full round, you can pause. Press the hands down, press the belly button towards the spine, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Subtle bend in the elbows. And feel free to bend one knee, stretching the opposite calf for a few breaths. And at your own pace and time, you can slowly transition to the other leg. Feeling free to explore meeting up with yourself in the silence, meeting up with the sensations that emerge. They are there for you to connect with inside. Like a dear friend, just waiting for you in the silence to greet them. And look between the hands, step the left foot forward between the hands. Right knee can lower down or stay raised, lifting the head, neck, and chest. And breathe. Feeling free to close the eyes so you can dive inside to be with yourself more fully. Pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Feel free to bend the knees humbly so the Low back can kind of cascade over the thighs. Just bowing down to the vast silence, to the vastness that rests within the silence, deep within you. Go there, but allow yourself to be nourished by it. And from here, you can extend the arms alongside the ears, lengthen through the low back, lifting the torso up, lifting the arms up, leaning into the toes, hips come forward, arms back, and open your arms wide to embrace anything other than silence that's emerging for you. There might be a lot of mental chatter, there might be a lot of to-dos going off in your mind. So just opening your arms wide to embrace anything else that's emerging within the vastness of the silence. And welcoming that and including that within the silence, just as the night sky includes all the stars. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, unite the palms and slide the hands down to the level of the heart. And with the breath, exhale fully. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. And exhale, bow humbly down. Inhale, right foot back. And exhale, left foot back. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left to meet the right. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, left foot back, meeting up with yourself in the silence. Exhale, right foot back, bowing down to the silence within you. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right to meet the left. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, forward, up and back. Exhale, bow down, greeting yourself in the silence. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, come forward and up. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right to meet the left. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. And exhale, palms to the heart. Pause here for a few breaths. Just bearing witness to yourself in the stillness and the relative silence. Good. And we'll do one more round without variation. And I'm going to invite us to do this in silence without even me giving any cues. So you can either do this with your eyes closed and just follow your own cues if you're familiar with the flow, or you can look towards me a little bit if you need cues at any point. So I'll begin with some verbal cueing and then you can take it from there. Exhale fully. Inhale, bring the arms forward and continue at your own pace. And eventually coming back to Tadasana with palms together in front of the heart. And maybe even placing hands on the heart to feel the warmth of the body, pace of breath, beating of your own heart. Just integrating, just simply integrating in the silence. Very gently beginning to open the eyes, transitioning into King Dancer pose, so feel free to place your hand on a chair out in front or even on the wall next to you or in front of you. You can turn to face the wall. Otherwise, you can extend the right arm up to the sky, grounding through the right foot. Bend the left knee and reach the left hand for the left foot or ankle. And first guide the heel towards the buttocks and press the knee down. Just pausing here for a few breaths. Stretching the quadricep. And from here you can press the foot back, arching the back, either staying vertical or begin to hinge forward from the hips. Take a nice deep breath in as you meet up with yourself in the silence. And exhale, gently re-lengthening and shake everything out. Good. And grounding into the left foot. Left hand can be on a chair, on the wall out to the side or out in front. Or you can lift the left arm up to the sky. You can either have the fingers splayed or fingers together, or you can even bring pointer finger to thumb. Grounding through the left foot, bend the right knee, take hold of the right foot and the right hand, and press the heel towards the buttocks, press the right knee down to offer your body a nice quadricep stretch. Just sensing the sensations there, like greeting an old friend who's simply waiting for you in the silence. Just a nice internal meet up, a little meet up inside the body. Take a nice deep breath in as you make contact with those sensations in the front of the right thigh. And then exhale, press the right foot back, arching the back. And either staying there or you can begin to hinge forward from the hips. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale fully, gently lifting the torso up. Releasing the foot and shaking everything out. Good. And then you can bring the feet about hip width apart. And some of us will keep the feet grounded through this nice side stretch. Others might move the feet around, so you can choose what's best for you. Lifting the right arm up. Again, you won't be mirror imaging me. I apologize. So it will look the opposite of me in the video. Right arm up. Left hand onto the left outer thigh. And we're going to lean to the left. And you can turn the head towards the right a little bit, inviting the right shoulder back behind you slightly, opening the chest. Good. So feel free to stay here. Others might bring the left arm in front a little bit, bending the left elbow, kind of creating a little basket for the womb. And then you might bend the right knee, cross the right foot over the left leg, and then rotate the toes of the right foot towards the left foot and press the right knee out to the right, fanning the right hip open. That might deepen the stretch through the outer right abdomen and hip. If that feels awkward or too much, just bring the right foot back down and left hand to support onto the left thigh. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, gently unwind. Just reorganize internally. Organic movement to reorganize and reset. And then just pause and stillness and silence to integrate. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow exhalation. And then opening the eyes. Lifting the left arm up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath in, lift up and out of the low back, and then exhale, lean to the right. Again, you'll be opposite me. Right hand can be onto the right outer thigh. It can slide down the right thigh, and then the head can rotate towards the left. Pardon. Looking past the left arm. Left shoulder can draw back, opening the chest to the sky a little bit more. Just breathing here. This might be good for you, so just see. This might be enough. If you'd like to explore, you could also just lift up a little bit and cross the left foot over the right foot, Rotate the left toes towards the right foot and then press the left knee out to the left. So left foot crosses, left toes point towards the right foot, and then the left knee fans out to the left. Maybe bending the right arm out in front, creating a nice basket for the womb. Half moon pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, fully, gently unwind. Reset, reorganize. Just let there be some fluidity and flow. Organically readjusting. And then pause, standing still, offering some silence. Noticing what's emerging within you as you rest into this silence. Practicing, this too I include. You can gently open the eyes, transitioning on to all fours, coming down onto the hands and knees. And having the knees about hip width apart. And we're going to extend the right foot back, lifting the right foot up to about hip height. Some of us will stay here. Others of us will bend the right knee and lift the right knee up. So bending and lifting. And still others might reach the left arm back, so opposite hand and leg. Left hand back to take hold of the right foot or ankle, pressing the foot back and up, lifting head, neck, and chest up. Take a few deep breaths. Let yourself wobble and wiggle and shake. It's natural. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, very gently unwind. You can bring the big toes together, spread the knees about mat width apart, lower buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth for extended child's pose, wide angle. Wide angle extended child's pose, and just send some awareness down the low back. With each breath, just nourishing the low back. Gentle cleansing with each breath through the low back. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. A long, slow exhalation. And extend the arms forward, shift the weight into the hands, coming onto all fours, and bring the knees close together, about hip width apart. This time slide the left foot back, lift the left foot up to about hip height. You can curl the right toes under for more stability and support. Some of us will stay here, others will bend the left knee and lift the left knee up. Others of us will reach the right hand to take hold of the left foot or ankle, and then press the heel back away from the head to arch the back, lift the chest. That's it. Taking a few deep breaths here. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, gently unwind. Knees apart, big toes touching, buttocks towards the heels. And this time you can explore bringing the hands in between the feet, sliding the arms in between the legs, hands between the feet. If that feels awkward, you can bring the arms back out in front. With each exhalation, see if you can soften the muscles in the body a little more fully. Just an invitation to relax more deeply with each out breath. Take a nice deep breath in. A long, slow exhalation. And walk the hands forward. Lifting the torso up. And bringing the legs out in front. And you can spread the legs apart. Bend the left knee, left heel towards the groin. Again, you'll be opposite direction of me. So your right leg is out to the right, left knee is bent. And we're going to rotate the torso towards the right leg, towards the leg that's out straight. So torso is going to rotate to the right, hands on either side of the right leg on the floor. Instead of reaching with the arms, we're going to surrender the elbows so they'll be nicely bent. And this is a yin pose, so instead of engaging muscles, we're going to relax muscles so that the joints can be appropriately stressed. We're just going to melt the body over the right leg. Just going to maybe feel a tug in the outer left hip here, left side of the low back. Just being patient with the body. You might not feel like you're getting down very far. And that's kind of the point. We're not going to focus on getting anywhere. We're instead just allowing gravity to guide us downward, wherever the body naturally falls without pressure or pulling. And we're going to hang out here for a few moments in the silence. So just really allow yourself to have permission to enjoy the silence, to sense the luxury of the silence as you meet up with yourself inside. Noticing what's emerging for you. It might be images, it might be sensations, it might be thoughts, emotions, just noticing what's there very gently. offering a very simple ah. Ah, this too I include. Creating an inclusive culture within you. Take a nice deep breath in. A low, slow out breath. And gently rise. Good. Bringing the hands onto the earth back behind you. Extending the left leg out to the left. And we're just going to hang out in a relatively neutral position. Closing the eyes, letting the chin melt towards the chest a little bit. Just integrating in the stillness and silence. Nowhere to go, nothing to accomplish, nothing to do. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow out breath. And bend the right knee, right heel towards the groin. Rotating the torso towards the left leg, the outstretched leg. Hands on either side of the leg, elbows humbly bent. So, stepping out of the chronic compulsion to strive and simply practicing surrender as we surrender into the yin pose, melting over the left leg. Feeling a nice tug to the outer right hip. There's many joints that make up the low back, spine, and the hip joint are gently tugged, appropriately stressed. Feeling free to close the eyes and dive inside, nourished and supported by the silence. Pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Just gently acknowledging what's surfacing within you, what's bubbling up into consciousness for your integration. To be welcomed into the sphere of your compassionate awareness. What's emerging? Just notice. It doesn't have to make any sense. Just noticing the diversity of your internal experience. And greeting it with, this too I include. Culture of inclusion begins within us. This too I include. Take a nice deep breath in. A long, slow exhalation. And gently rise. Bringing the hands onto the earth back behind you. Lean back into the hands. Extend the right leg out to the right. Gently close the eyes. Sense withdrawal. Withdrawing from the outer world a little bit so we can dive into the inner world. And integrate internally. To feel more connected with all that's there within. Take a nice deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Then you can bring the legs out in front. Lifting the torso up and the knees softly if you'd like for humble beginning to the pose, hands to the thighs. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, sliding the hands slowly forward. Staying present. Hinging forward from the low back. Moving slowly with the hands so we're not in a rush to get somewhere in the pose. We're staying in relationship with the back, with the body. Rumi writes, "The external world is the microcosm. The internal world is the macrocosm." So close the eyes and reconnect with the world within you. Noticing any images that are surfacing, memories or thoughts, emotions or sensations. And like Rumi's guest house, welcoming them in like a gracious host. They're all welcome. Ah, this too I include. Gently bring the attention to the breath. Take
Take a nice deep breath in. And a long, slow exhalation. And gently lift the torso up. And bring the hands onto the earth back behind you. You can spread the legs a little bit for more of a relaxed leg position and just hang out. Close the eyes. Integrating in a neutral position. Relax the belly. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow exhalation. And just do a little mini back bend. So we're going to bend the knees, the soles of the feet on the floor. Spread the knees apart from there. And then roll the pubic bone forward, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Rock the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest. Just a little mini back bend, not very deep. Take a few breaths here. Just a little counter stretch from all the forward bending. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale fully, bring the legs out in front. Dandasana staff pose. And then lifting the arms up. And taking a few deep breaths. Closing the eyes if you'd like. And reaching out. Reaching up. Reaching into the stillness, into the silence. Into the vast potentiality. And we can truly tap into that silence. We're tapping into vastness of potential. Just calling on some support in whatever way makes sense to you around this practice of luxuriating in silence. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, lean back a little bit, spread the arms wide and just send some wishes to the other women in the circle that they may experience more moments of nourishment and silence, especially during this pandemic when there's people around us 24/7 in our homes. Especially those of you who are alone in your home with family or children out in the world already. May you feel nourished by these moments of deep connection with yourself in silence. Take a nice deep breath in to receive each other's care and support here. And exhale, slowly lowering all the way back and down. And then you can hug the knees into the chest and rock. And you can lower both feet onto the floor. Walk the feet about hip-width apart. Heels close to the buttocks with feet hip-width apart. And then invite the arms back behind you, opening the chest and heart region. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees to the left. Head melts to the right. Inhale here. And exhale, knees up to the sky, head to center. Inhale, knees to the right,
head to the left, opening through the left rib cage. And exhale, knees to center, and continue nice and slowly, closing the eyes. Sense withdrawal. Withdrawing from the outer senses so you can sense the universe of experience within you. Feeling how luxurious that is. And after the next full round, you can come back to center. And bringing the knees into the chest, moving into happy baby pose, soles of the feet up to the sky, fingers wrap around the outer edges of the feet, knees towards the armpits. And just see if you might hang out in stillness here. Instead of rocking, just being still, more of a yin pose. And in particular, inviting the belly to soften with each out breath, inviting the abdomen to relax more fully, and all the abdominal organs to rest. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale. And gently releasing soles of the feet to the floor. Scoot the hips to the right side of the mat. Straighten the left leg along the floor. Hug the right knee into the chest. Cross the right knee towards the left, over the body to the left. Right arm out to the right, head towards the right arm. And then just soften. Relaxing into the silence more fully. The next 3 breaths, see if you can relax the muscles supporting the body more and more fully with each exhalation. Especially the muscles around the area of the spine that's twisting. So neck and low back muscles. See if the belly and low back and neck and shoulders can rest with the next few out breaths. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow for a long, slow exhalation. And gently unwind. Recenter on the back with bent knees. And scoot the hips to the left. Straighten the right leg. Hug the left knee into the chest. Cross the knee over the body to the right. Left arm out to left. Sense withdrawal, closing the eyes. And I'll offer silence so you can tune in and be with your dear self. Noticing what's emerging in the stillness and in the silence. Oh, this too I include. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale, gently unwinding. Recentering on the back with bent knees. And feeling free to move into the legs up the wall for our final relaxation practice. Or put the feet onto a chair. Cover yourself with a blanket. You can roll a blanket under the knees if you prefer. And instead of a systematic deep relaxation practice today, we'll just practice Shavasana so you can enjoy the silence. Closing the eyes, relaxing the body, tuning in. Gently invite the awareness back to the breath. And take a deep, rich breath in. And slowly exhale. Gently invite the physical body to awaken. Eventually rolling all the way over onto the side. Just pausing in a curled up fetal position for a moment's rest. And press the hands into the earth, lifting the body up to seated. Closing the eyes, checking the posture. Maybe hands on the heart or palms together in front of the heart. And I'll offer you these words by Thomas Merton, who writes,